What's going on, YouTube? Welcome back to Roddy's Rides. I'm your host, Roddy, and if you can't tell or if you haven't been following along in the videos, I'm back home from college and I'm here down back in Austin for winter break. And today is a very exciting day. But before we get into today's video, if you haven't already, if you will go back and watch our previous video, it was actually me repairing my leather seats in my Mustang. So if you're interested in that or have the same problem, go back, maybe that video will help you. But also on Thursday of last week, we uploaded my buddy Joe's Challenger video, which is, he's also the gentleman who's been editing all these videos. So shout out to you, Joe. And we have a little series going on with the Challenger. So go check it out. It should be uploading every Thursday for the next couple Thursdays. So go share him some love. Also, if you haven't already subscribed, if I can reach 569 subscribers by the end of December, I will shave my head. So go ahead, go turn that subscribe button from red to gray, and let's just jump straight into this video. Filling up real quick before we head on out because me and Sean are almost emptying both of our cars. The day has finally come. Major's Dyno place. This looks sick. Pretty sweet. 3-valve. We got another little Coyote. I think my favorite is the Celine over there. That thing is sweet. But looks like we got another 3-valve over here. Coyote. This is going to be an exciting day. Car from the outside. Car is getting strapped out to the dyno right now. We're waiting in the lobby for him to get all the ratchet straps and everything finalized, and then once the car is ready to go, he'll bring us back there and we'll start filming. So go ahead and leave your comments down in the description. Yeah, no, not description. You don't put comments in the description. Go down to the comments and leave what you think it's going to make. I'm hoping, and being optimistic, I'm hoping 380, maybe 400. I don't know. We will see. So let me hear your guesses, but don't skip through and check because that's cheating. And also, I can't film for too long because they're playing music in here. I don't want to get copyrighted. So let's see. hopefully you guys can't hear the music in the background, but so I was hoping to get a little bit more footage, but I'm also really excited, and of course this is my first time doing it. So the car ended up making about 320. For what I paid for, I'm only getting 3 runs, and so we only ended up doing 1 run because he said it was super lean up top, and he revved it all the way out to 7, or well, right below 7, which is where my red line is set at. And he said he wouldn't really want to do another pull out on the top end. So with this being my daily driver, I don't want to risk anything, and I 100%, I mean, dyno results are like the most accurate. Most people do a lot of street tuning to get in ballpark, but dynoing, you can really dial in your numbers. So my car put down 317 horsepower and 303 foot-pounds of torque. He also said once we are able to clean up the top end a little bit, he thinks that I would be roughly around in the 360 range. Also, which I didn't know this and I just learned this, Kirk is the gentleman who's actually dynoing the cars today, so thank you to Kirk. But he also informed me that pops are really good for your car because whenever the heat is coming out of the motor with extra gas, it helps it, when it ignites, it helps it come out the rear and actually helps cool off your car quicker. It's beneficial to the car. So I just always thought it was for sound and shits and giggles, but I mean, that's still pretty cool. I'm planning on getting my car re-dynoed soon, and I want to work out these quirks and kinks. We're just going to go from there. So right now they're loading up the Cobra, and we're going to see how much that makes. So stay tuned. How much do you think your car is going to make?
I think it's going to make about 325 to the ground.
Okay.
Maybe
so,
350 on the high end, but most likely about 325.
Just more than mine. But I thought your car.
It'll make 318.
I thought your car was going to be running worse, but it looks like my car is running worse than yours. About to do run 2 on the Cobra, right around 4,000 RPMs. The car is spiking, and then so it runs lean, and then goes right back down to running range. So we're going to try to clean up the top end and fix that, and then try to figure out what the problem is. He's saying that it could be the lifters or the spoons on the key. So. can't explain how incredible that experience was. First of all, huge shout out to Module Pro Performance in Austin, Texas. Really cool shop. They had lots of cool little projects sitting around and all this, and they've tuned a lot of cars. And the gentleman Kirk, who ended up just doing the dyno runs for me, very knowledgeable, definitely knew what he's talking about. It's really cool, and just being able to be in an environment of people that know, like, to that caliber of information is really cool, because when I walked in there, I felt like I knew nothing. A couple things I want to go over. So in the shop, so going off with my car, so I paid $150 for 3 runs. I actually ended up only doing 1 run because on my first run, it leaned out on top, and so he said, like, if it was up to him, he wouldn't do another pull. So I 100% agree with that, and if it was running lean, lean is mean, and I do not want to take any chances with my car potentially blowing up. So I was like, all right, that works for me. I got my dyno sheet. This is my dyno sheet right here. I'll drop it in the video, but I made 317 horsepower and 303 foot-pounds of torque. But Kirk also said if I had the top end cleaned up a little bit more and just that NA, he said I should be around the 350 to 360 horsepower mark, which is pretty impressive for just what it is. Then my dad's car got up on the dyno, so given that it's an old school car, I knew that he was going to get some like tuning done to it. So once he got there, got the car up on the dyno, Kirk was able to adjust the feeling to help the car just pull a little bit harder, and he actually ended up getting 231 horsepower and 260 foot-pounds of torque. So the main couple issues with this graph, which I'll drop it in the photo too, but if you look around about 4,500 RPMs, the car is starting to get real lean, and then it'll go real rich. And so we didn't really know what was wrong with it, but the spark plugs that my dad used. So if you guys actually want to know a little bit more information about the Cobra, drop it down in the comments and I'll do a whole video over it. But the spark plugs that he was using were actually 20-year-old spark plugs, because that motor was built right when I was born. It's a 20-year-old, well, I guess almost 22-year-old motor. The spark plugs, he said, Kirk was like, yeah, these spark plugs, they're good for everyday cars. I forgot what brand they were. Pretty much recommended going NGK and going that route, and that might also help fix it. But the other thing was my dad was hoping to rev a little bit higher and also make a little bit more power on the top end, but he only did like a mild cam. And so the cam spec says the top horsepower is around the 5,500 mark, which kind of makes sense for where his power graph is. So I'm not saying anything just yet, but from leaving there, he is looking into a couple aftermarket parts. So I'll try to keep videos updated on that, and we can see where that project ends up going. My car did not make the power that I exactly wanted to, and the tuning is not 100% done. Well, I guess any project car is never 100% done. If you guys had any questions about this dyno day, or have any interesting things that you would like to say, leave it down in the comments below. I'm not saying anything about next video, but I don't know if you can see that, but maybe I'll make it a little more clear to y'all. I don't know if y'all can see that, but that's what's going to be going in next week's video. So stay tuned. If you haven't already, go make that red subscribe button, turn it into gray, not white. Hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Roddy's Rides is out.